Hey, hello, everybody. Dr. Kam Yuen. I'm going to bring up fitness and consider how everyone could acquire fitness actually without exercising. So we always think that fitness have to always accompanied by exercise. So recently, there's a recent quotation that appeared in the magazine, a hospital magazine at that. That says exercise is everything. Right? This is not really a true statement. Exercise, movements, and things like that, of course, is crucial for our body. But exercise is not just a general movement for the whole body. It should be more specific. And riding a bicycle or stationary bike at that, and say that that exercise is everything, or lifting weights, So fitness have been around for recently, actually, in the modern era. But fitness have been around for thousands of years, and it's really based on internal fitness. So when I say internal, is nothing esoteric about the terminology. So you want to acquire the fitness in your central nervous system. You want to access the central nervous system, not just your brain. A lot of things that people consider today would be the brain-body fitness or mind-body fitness, which is more out of it than really improve the situation. So fitness is actually better when there's no mind involvement. So when we think of sports psychology based on the mind, it's not really improving people's fitness. It's difficult to improve your physical fitness with your mind, because your mind always going to sabotage and put limitation on your physical fitness. So exercise is not everything. Really, fitness is everything. So you want to ensure that that you acquire the fitness from inside out. Of course, it sounds like a cliche. Again, the inside would be the central nervous system. In the past, when people think that they're going to improve their inside, they're going to improve their mind and improve their spirit. In a way, that's true, but it's really the physical intelligence you want to activate. So it's not so much you improve it. It doesn't need to be improved. So your central nervous system is your central intelligence. So it consists of your cranial brain down to your spinal cord, and we have to give some recognition or total recognition to the sacral and coccyx aspect of your body structure. There's a nervous system in there, or the nerves of the nerve coming together and form a miniature sacral brain and coccyx brain. And you also have a missing tail central nervous system. That when you bring that into consideration, fitness is a lot more easier to acquire than just thinking about your brain, or don't connect with the brain at all, right? So people think they connect with the brain just by saying so to a certain extent. That's true. But the brain has to be tense and untense itself, and that's have to be restored to the central nervous system. That's how you access the central nervous system, and tensing and untensing. And those two choices are the 1 and 0 of your computer. So with the binary numbers, you could actually access the whole central nervous system to really know what's going on in your central nervous system and how it communicates with the rest of your body. So if your central nervous system is not communicating that part of your body, or that part of your body not communicating to your central nervous system, then you are not acquiring fitness. Or if you attempt to acquire fitness, it would be by accident that you acquire some degree of fitness. So if you want to have more total fitness, you want to ensure the central nervous system is communicating with the body in general, or that part of the body specifically you want to improve the fitness for. So it could be the muscle in your arms, or the muscle in your legs, or any muscle in your body. And actually that fitness, you want fitness in your bones and cartilage and your joints and ligaments and tendons. You could actually improve the fitness for that by making the connection. Fitness does not require exercising. So when we exercise, or when you exercise, you think you're going to acquire some degree of fitness, but in reality, many people that perform exercise do not acquire fitness. So fitness is not determined by how much you do and how long you do it. Right? So you want to know the components that define fitness. Well, essentially, you want to know what fitness is, right? So fitness consists of strength. So strength is the fitness, right? Then you also want to improve endurance, and that's fitness. So there's 6 components of fitness. So it would be strength, endurance, flexibility, the coordination, the agility, and speed. So each one of those components, you want to ensure they are strongly even with each other. So there's no unbalance or imbalance causing a struggle of the component with each other. You don't want to have flexibility, have no strength. They have to be even. Right? So there's no struggling there. So using this criteria, you can actually, when you denote that, let's say for flexibility, it's weak, you want to strengthen that flexibility, and you can actually increase your flexibility immediately. So flexibility doesn't just acquire from stretching your muscles. Flexibility really comes from your joints. So your hip joints, especially for your legs and your shoulders, for your arms. So you can increase the flexibility by improving any weakness you could find in flexibility. But if flexibility is not the first weakness, you want to find what would be the first weakness, even though you make the component or each of the 6 components even with each other. You want to know what's weaker than flexibility. It could be strength, it could be speed, and you have to strengthen those weaknesses by calling them out, or just give it a number and allow your physical intelligence to strengthen those components of fitness, and then flexibility would increase. And also you strengthen the flexibility. If there's any weakness to flexibility, you can actually note that your flexibility will just increase right there immediately. So it's not something that you have to spend time in training, especially like months of training. So you can take an example of strength. You can actually improve your strength by ensuring there's no weakness associated with strength. And you want the strength to be connected back to your central nervous system. So it's really your central nervous system going to make, if you want your strength to be coming from your muscle, you will ensure that the central nervous system will connect with the muscle, and muscle will connect back to the central nervous system. So it's determined specifically by what part of the body's muscle that you want to strengthen for. So there's nothing mystical about it. It had to be exact, it had to be specific. So a Yuen body is very specific. It's not like you just, in general, just do something and make some improvement, and you could, but it's not the exact quick improvement you should be acquiring for yourself, right? So otherwise, there's so much time and effort wasted in just doing exercise, right? So exercise without ensuring that you have the basic foundation to be strong with your fitness is pretty much work against yourself, right? So you want to ensure the components of fitness is strong. Any weakness that you will strengthen it or allow it to strengthen itself. So fitness is just not strength and cardio, right? So in many situations, people think that if you want fitness, you got to do cardio exercise, you have to lift weights. Well, that's only two things you do, right? That's part of fitness. But if you're strong to your endurance, endurance is pretty much defined cardio capacity. So if you want to ensure that the endurance have no weakness to, let's say, your arteries and veins, or even the blood flowing through the arteries and veins, you can actually access that weakness with your central nervous system. Right? Your central nervous system is the intelligent aspect of your body, and you have to pretty much activate that. You want all the components of the central nervous system be strong with each other. If they're not, then they're struggling with each other, and fitness would be difficult to acquire. So you want to restore the tensing and untensing rhythm in your central nervous system, and that's how you activate it. So it's 1 and 0, as previously mentioned. That's your binary number that can make the changes in your body, so that way you communicate with your body effectively. So if you connect your central nervous system to your body connect back to your central nervous system, essentially you have this communication, this telepathic communication. You don't need to verbalize it. You would know exactly whether you're strong or weak in that situation, and that's all you want to know, right? So, but when you bring in your mind, the mind going to bring in like 10s or more choices to make improvement, and it doesn't even know what improvement it wants to make. I'm saying the mind, right? So it's really your central intelligence of your central nervous system know what to do to improve your body functions and essentially improve your physical performance. And if it's not there, you're not going to improve any of your body function, including your vital organs and other things in your body, right? So the functions, you could improve the cellular function. So when you talk about fitness, it's not just your arms and legs and torso. Fitness also includes, you want fitness of the structure, of course, and then the physical system have to be fit, and you're strong with it, and you communicate to and fro from the central nervous system, then you have that fitness of your physical system. So you go to your organ, you want your organ to be uniformly even with each other, and there's no weakness there. So you have fitness in your organ. So that's how you interject the fitness in different aspects of your body, and not just to do a general exercise or movements or lifting weights or do a cardio to expect to have fitness or total fitness. So you want to communicate with the, see, after the organ, you communicate with the tissue that make up the organ. So there's no weakness in the tissue. There's no weakness among your cells. And you also want to be strong with your molecules and atoms or the quantum particles of your physical body. So you have no weakness there, then you have the foundation of fitness. Now that's internal fitness, right? So it's not just a philosophy you speak about. The central core is your central nervous system, and you want to be fit there, right? You don't have the fitness there, then it's difficult to have your muscles and bones and everything else in your body to be fit, right? So the fitness actually is everything, but exercise is not everything. So they kind of miss somewhat in their definitions to say exercise everything. They really meant fitness is everything. So if exercise don't give you fitness, then it's really nothing. It's just wasting your time to just doing it. All right, so you don't want to be doing things that will be a waste of time. So I will continue to present you my experience. My experience been around. So I've been to fitness for decades, 50, 60 years, or even longer than that. And then coming from Kung Fu, that was fitness for thousands of years. And if you emulate how the animals communicate with every aspect of the body, and that's how they become fit naturally. You want a natural fitness. Of course, you could always go to the gym and do something, but you want to be naturally fit. And when you go to the gym, it'll be easy for you to do it, or whatever exercise you choose to do. It would be so much simpler and direct and easy. So otherwise, it's a struggle for exercise, right? So any fatigue a person feels or perceives is coming from the central nervous system. So you could totally delete it, the fatigue, that is, right? So it's not like go get some rest or eat some type of food that will give you energy. That's not the approach. Okay, so talk to you again. Hey, hello everybody. If you are listening to my podcast, they are now all on iTunes. So leave me a review so I could do better in meeting your wellness needs. Hey, hello everybody. It's Dr. Kam Yuen. I just want to continue about the fitness and exercise. Fitness is everything. Exercise is actually not quite everything, right? So is exercise everything? This is a recent quote that appeared in the magazine of that statement that is almost true, but it's not quite everything. It is actually a disservice when people are given that answer and led to accept that the statement is true, that exercise is everything. When a well-known hospital magazine recently stated that exercise is everything, with a photo showing people riding on a stationary bicycle, it makes me want to tell you there's more to say about exercise than that. There was a time in my life, even though my time on this planet has seemingly been long, that there are many well-known health experts and doctors who said adamantly there's no reason or purpose to exercise and indulge in physical training in any shape or form to acquire better health or well-being. So that's not that long ago that that statement has been made. So at that time, many educated people frowned upon physical training, body sweating, on those who regularly exercise. So needless to say, the majority of women or girls were outwardly discouraged to exercise and train, except perhaps doing ballets and figure skating. It is really true fitness is more crucial than exercise. Fitness does not totally depend on exercise. That is what all people erroneously think and relate. To a lesser degree, exercise gives you some limited version of fitness. Often many exercise routines do not lead to fitness at all. With all due respect, there's really no real science to exercise. fitness is more of a science than physical exercise. Exercise should not be considered as some kind of new medicine either. That is a misinterpretation of the benefit of fitness. So I hereby present a concise, of course precise, and easy to follow on fitness. You will experience the most simple, natural, and effective way to improve and maintain not just your health, but more importantly, fitness. And it's common and easy for most people to mix these two up, health and fitness. They think is one and the same, but it's not. At first, there may seem to be no detriment to thinking and accepting them to be interchangeably, but there is. For example, when you think and are told that you have health problems, when you really have fitness problems, it will be difficult, if not impossible, to recover from your health problem. This is because misinformation produced the confusion and reinforced the problem that you want to clear up, even though most often it doesn't seem to lead to any serious consequences. The person suffers from having no recovery of health. It could hinder the health specifically and hamper the general wellness of your life. So you may ask why I think I'm such an expert on physical fitness. It's because I've been mentoring my Kung Fu students on ultimate fitness and physical performance for over 50 years. So, I am a contemporary of Bruce Lee. I have trained and taught Kung Fu to countless Kung Fu students. He and I were business competitors. I didn't see eye to eye on physical training. If you're interested, perhaps another time I would indulge into that. I have also been in the field of science and engineering before most of today's proclaimed scientists were even born. I have utilized my engineering, Kung Fu, and chiropractic approach to improve the human body in terms of fitness. So I've been doing that for decades. It's not just for humans, but for all nature's creatures. But of course, animals naturally have fitness, and you will know why they have natural fitness. It's not because there's this wild streak that they have in themselves. So I do view your body as the latest high-tech computerizing operating system, and your body should never be based primarily as a primitive chemical factories that you're concerned about the lab value of the blood test to determine the state of your health. So internal fitness have always included internal training, internal strengthening, and internal Kung Fu that's been around for thousands of years. It's not a recent phenomenon. Internal fitness is not a new concept. These are long-standing and applicable principles in which you and everyone will immediately realize or note the quick, unprecedented improvement and benefit pretty much literally on the spot in a matter of seconds. So each one of us as human has the innate intelligence to repeat consistently this process. On rare occasion, when it's repeated, you can, with your own expertise, just as quickly pinpoint the glitch that gets in the way of your fitness and reset it. So the training of internal fitness, and it's not really training, it's not typical or similar to other training, especially the external conventional training. And the strengthening is not at all similar to external conventional approach of acquiring strength. And also acquiring the Kung part, like Kung Fu, the Kung part to the strength. Kung literally means using your innate intelligent approach to achieve what you want to achieve with your physical body's potential. The internal fitness that's using Kung Fu emulate and resonate your central nervous system to the central nervous system of other living creatures. It requires minimal training and maximize your physical uninhibited by the limitation of your mind and other human minds. For example, the collective human mind have inhibited for decades the human potential to run a mile under 4 minutes. The mind, or human mind, has also tried to stop women from running a marathon or doing boxing in the ring. So these attempts and encouragement of using your human mind to improve your physical performance and their functions and fitness is outright a mistake. This cannot and would not ever succeed. Your human mind restricts your health and well-being, and you restrict even your pet's fitness, health, and well-being. The only recourse that will stop the debate, that argument, is really about acquiring immediate results. So you want immediate result consistently, and so stay tuned. We will have additional methodology point you to have that internal fitness, and it's not something you have to develop. You just have to turn on the switches, or the right switches in your computer, your internal computer. So thank you.